Overlanding has a reputation for being all about gear, and there's some truth to it. Like any hobby, people get really excited about accessories and equipment and add-ons and other ways that you can enhance the experience of doing this thing that you enjoy doing. There's a whole industry that has sprung up around overlanding, just like for any other hobby. And if you pay attention to them, they're going to make you feel like you need all these things in order to really enjoy the experience. That's the power of advertising and marketing. And of course, you're going to see a lot of this stuff on YouTube and Instagram, where the more popular influencers in the hobby are sponsored, and so they have this cool equipment. And if you had the cool equipment, you would totally use it. So when they get it, they use it, and can't fault them for that. But all this can create a perception that you need all these things to do overlanding. But the truth is, like any other hobby, you do not need that stuff to get started. You may never even need that stuff. The most important thing is to get out there and do it and find out what things you need. That's how you really learn. I know people who have spent thousands or tens of thousands of dollars to get into this hobby and then realize they didn't need 3/4 of the stuff that they got. And the more you get into it, the more you'll value traveling light, being efficient, being organized, and knowing what you need. Really only a handful of things you need to get started. You need a vehicle that you trust, ideally a high clearance 4x4, but it doesn't have to be. If you have a smaller vehicle like a Subaru, or if you have a 2-wheel drive pickup that you like, those will probably work just fine for most places. You need some kind of a sleeping arrangement, whether that is a ground tent with sleeping pads and a sleeping bag. Maybe you just need a cot and you sleep outside under the stars. A lot of times I'll just sleep right here in the vehicle. When I lean this seat back, this thing's as comfortable as any tent I've ever been in. And you need some basic safety, survival, recovery gear, just to make sure that when you get into trouble, which you will, that you can get out of it. You don't need a lot for that, though. I mean, if you cover the basics, you'll be just fine. The goal of this series is to show you that you don't need a lot of money to do this, and even if you had the money, you should probably spend it on something else. The most important thing is just to get out there.